Hello, my name is Joe Austin, and today I will be speaking to you about my stance on collecting versus hoarding. As you see in the picture on your screen, you have two pictures, both representing two things that are often mistaken for the same thing. One is a picture of a small portion of my collection of Funko Pop collectibles, and the other is a picture of a room that is cluttered and not usable because it is filled with books and newspapers. My stance on this argument is that collecting collectibles is far different than hoarding. Some key points I've discussed were the monetary value that collecting carries compared against hoarding, the difference between the emotional components for each, and the health. The monetary value of a collection may start off small and or non-existent, but over time the value can and will increase, but this is all dependent on what you are collecting. Someone may collect some things as small as thimbles or spoons. Others, like myself, may collect figurines, bobbleheads, and specific items such as Star Wars. But when we look at the monetary position of hoarding, it's more wasteful than gainful. Someone may start by buying a magazine or a newspaper once a week to buying on the daily and never getting rid of them, which is what you see in the picture in front of you. Collecting doesn't always have an emotional connection to it. Some things can be started with a simple emotion, such as maybe the first piece of your collection being bought by a loved one that passed away. Hoarding, however, can be caused by an emotional trauma that happened at a young age or even an older age, something like a death to someone close to you or even an accident. When we look at collecting, it is precious and valuable. In my own opinion, collecting is much more than just holding on to an item of value. It has meaning and purpose. Not every item in your collection has to have a meaning or purpose, but the purpose of the collection is always to complete and satisfy. I personally have collected for most of my life and have many unique items. I've collected small figurines all the way to Legos, and then I even began to collect Funko Pops. But now I've collected them for many years and my collection has grown out of control. Some of my most prized collection pieces of my Funko Pops include my Chewbacca that's just priceless. Each item tells its own story, where it came from, how it was obtained, and who gave it to me. Some collectors collect specifically to resell at a higher valued price, and that's why our growing community of collectors has grown into two different types, sellers and buyers. One of the biggest and clearest differences between hoarding and collecting is that hoarding is very dangerous to your health, and when I say this, I'm referring to the unsanitary and unsafe living conditions. Collecting is neat and organized, even when there are more than just a simple couple of items. Hoarding items will start to build up in rooms and other locations that items may be stored, to the point where rooms are not accessible, mold can start to grow, even animals can get lost and wild animals can get in. I urge people to watch an episode of Hoarders just to help you gain more of an understanding of exactly what a hoarder looks like, especially in its living conditions. It will help seeing that collecting is nothing like hoarding. I hope with some of this information that has been brought to you has not only enlightened you, but has also helped bring to light that when you look at collecting, you don't view it as hoarding.